Hey, Flip.
I know you went to school with Crips, but
Right.
let's say in '81, around that era.
Right.
What Crips did you look up to? Any individual Crips from whatever neighborhood, or was it any Crip neighborhoods that you kind of looked up to?
Well, I really was following the suit of my uncle. They called him Shep Dog. He was just a West Side Crip back then. Dean T-Mac, you know, my older homie T-Mac, you know, because he used to have the blue rollers and walk around. But then I also used to admire Pookie, Lil Mump from 6-0. I used to like his style, his ways, because when I went over there, lived on 60th and Arlington for a few years, we would hang out, and I would hang out with his little brother, and I would see them meet and everything. You know, I got a couple of my little strategies from the meetings, and he used to be talking. He was real wise and quiet. You know what I mean? But he was with it too at the same time.
Just give me the rundown on when y'all had a meeting at 42nd Elementary to come together in your neighborhood. A lot of people say that was Big Phil and Gregory Jake.
And that was actually, really, to be honest, that was me and Champ. You know, we had a little discussion with Phil. That's when he wanted us to be hard on 40s. And so we was like, no. So we decided that we was going to tell all the brothers from down on the western side, the parks, and what you call the dark side right now. We had everybody come up there, and we just met and just made it all one. Officially.
I ain't so stupid, but I ain't on floss and I'm from Vernon Avenue. Ooh, glove has too. All about the cabbage, nigga, vegetable stew.
If you could give me like a little roll call of the original 40s, obviously you probably can't name them all, but if you could just, if you could like remember like maybe 10 or 12.
Like I say, it was me, Chestnut, Bobcat, Red. I'm talking about from down our way.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying? Big Bug, Snooky, Tookie Travis. Who else we got? We had Light Blue. We had Duke. They called him Tiny Spade. He was an original. Big Key was an original. I would call Big Popeye an original too. He came a little later, but he was an original. Snowman, Lil Snowman. Stony Boy. I said Big Bug, didn't I? Right. Spoonie, but Spoonie, he turned Hoover later. Baby Pook was an original, and Lil Pookie. They were originals. Lil Bug was.
What's going on, fella?
Yeah. Rube Dog. Right. Money Mun. Right. T-Mac, Reggie, Roney. V-Dog, Champ, E-Money, Rick Rock, Black Kev, Steptoe, shit. It's a whole lot I can name.
On that picture with the graffiti on the wall, you said 1983.
Yeah, that was 83.
That was a cool flick. I like to see it, cause see that's documented.
Right.
When you actually have it on the wall and a picture to show it.
Right.
Yeah, that's the type of shit I'm into.
It's long time now.
34 years ago.
Right. So I struck that up.
Yeah.
I wouldn't recommend that now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, I learned my lesson, but I actually took the paint out of my grandfather's garage and wrote all around the whole block. And he told me, why did I do that? I said, I didn't do that. He said, they call you Pookie. Yes, you did. And that's the paint. Yeah. That was a roll call up there. Yeah. You had Stony Boy, Lil Dream Boy, and Baby Ken took a flick in front of that picture.
Tell me about, briefly about Don Juan and Big Caveman.
Don Juan. Well, Don Juan, he was an original, you know. Don Juan stayed in jail a lot, you know what I mean? But Don Juan was a solid type of cat. He was a smart individual. You know, Big Caveman, that was my boy. He was quiet. He started off with the photos, HTH too, and then he turned Rollin 40 neighborhood, but then he turned 9-0. I don't know what happened in the module, but something had happened and went down, and he decided to go to the 90s. But he still represented 40s. He had a tattoo on him and still was representing 40s and 90s at the same time.
Was they partly responsible for 40s being neighborhoods?
Who was that?
Caveman and Don Juan.
Don Juan.
Don Juan was?
Yeah, Caveman came later to the neighborhood. On that side, on Vernon going north in the 40s between King Boulevard and Vernon, they were hard time hustlers, like I said. They didn't adapt the neighborhood till later on, 82.
You keep mentioning Four Deuce. Was the West Side Four Deuce converted to 40s?
Right. West Side Four Deuce. You had the West Side Four Deuce hard time hustlers on Western, and then you had the Four Deuce over there off of Vermont, the ancient block. Smurf and all of them, C-Mac. All my boys over there, Papa Squally and them, you know, Night Train Black.
When during the years, first of all, let me ask you a question. If you put a year on the rolling 40s, what year would you give?
I give us to start as a collective, or to start as when we really got it on the map as a collective.
Collectively, not on the map, just when y'all actually came together. Like you would go somewhere and you like rolling 40s.
I say 80, 81.
Okay, so before then, did the Fortray or Five Deuce Hoovers try to recruit you guys?
The Five Deuce Hoovers was really trying to recruit everybody that was at Vermont Square Park area. The Fortray, they really didn't try to recruit us. They just hung out with us.
So y'all was cool before the war.
Cool. Right.
So what happens when you leave junior high school and then you start running across the Damus that you went to junior high school with?
I stayed cool with a lot of them. Keith Fudge, Ace Capone, he actually used to come to my house. I mean, we'd be out there thick in front of the house, and he'd roll up, red rags on his bike and everything, and hop out where Mom's at. Mom's in the house. We embrace each other. He'd go in the house just like I would walk over there. Because I had a girl that stayed over there, a 6 Solet. So I would walk straight down Arlington past the park, but he would give me that pass, you know, when they out there.
So was it passes issued out with the 50s with Lee B now?
Me and Lee B didn't get along at all. You know, we hollered today and dropped everything recently, not too long ago. But that was my first main enemy with him. He was like annoyed. That boy was on one.
Is it safe to say the 50s was like your first real beef or first serious? That was
the 50 V. They were 50 VNs at first with PV and Rooster in them in the back part. But then when Lee B came, you know, Lee B came from a different man.
This the click. My niggas is active with that gangster shit. Here we go. Connected.
You know, and he rejuvenated them and pumped them back up. But what happened was, what really started the war is that we had a parade on Vernon and 6, going down Vernon and Nape on Vernon and 6, and we thought that Marty and Buck was this guy named Tommy from 6 Deuce Brim, because I was really getting into it with him a lot. And come to find out it was Marty and them, but we didn't care at the time. They just said blood, we rushed them, and that's how that really kicked off the war with us in the 50s. You escalated it.
You remember Bruce Richardson?
Bruce the Baller?
Yeah.
Right.
Would you give him, what gang would you put on him?
I just know him from hanging out with the 5/8, the 50 area. I didn't really know him like as far as really being with the gang.
Yeah, a lot of people say that. I knew Bruce as being a brim, and
right.
when he was having money,
too, right.
Yeah, he had a lot of brims around him, but
right.
I'm the minority in that.
Right.
Y'all beef with A-Tray Hoovers, right? All Hoovers
right.
y'all beef with?
That was our first beef with
the A-Tray?
The A-Tray Hoovers.
And how did that start?
They shot K-Rock.
Purposely, accidentally?
Yeah, they just shot him.
Wow.
So it just went on from there.
That was it.
Right. That was like our first Crip war. We just was getting into it with the Damus in the beginning.
You got, can you remember like your first deaths from your hood?
First death?
Or first few, like who were some of your early homies to get killed?
Well, one of my first brothers that I knew, Doug, he went back with us before we became Crips and all that. We used to have no cliques when elementary and all that, before we got to junior high, called Black Cats and Bombers. He got killed. Derek Porter, he got killed. His mama and his pops got killed with him. That was off of Fort Dav and Vernon. back in the days. Had a brother named Paul that got killed on Vernon and 6. Had a homie named Pat that got killed on 48th. He hung out with the Dairy Boys. But really, the first one that was to me was E-Bone. You had more deaths before that, but you know E-Bone made a real impact when that one happened.
Right. That was the Hoovers.
Yeah.
Fathers.
Right.
Little dude with the business.
Right. That little dude, but with a big heart.
Yeah, big heart.
Right.
A lot of love.
Right. To be honest, we wasn't recognized until the Hoover War had went on. We wasn't recognized in the rolling of the old car in the beginning. You know, it'd be 30, 60, 90s written on the wall, stuff like that. And I remember they had a meeting at Crenshaw for the old car, but we decided that we was gonna meet up in the hood and not go to that meeting. You know what I mean? Not excluding ourselves from that, but we felt as though that we was a hood that was gonna maintain on its own and not just getting beef with another hood because we get along with this hood to side with this hood and just beef with some hood that we don't even have a problem with. You know, we try to keep our diplomatic ways and our politics proper, if you like to say it, in that sense.
Y'all did do that, but we used to always wonder why y'all messed with a lot of gangs we didn't mess with. We was at war with them. We like, what the 40s doing, man?
Right.
But y'all stood on your own.
Right, we had to.
What year do you think y'all really became respected by the whole gang world?
I say 86, 87.
And that's around the Hoover War when that started.
You know, we was respected a lot for having money, being hustlers back then, but as far as the Crip business, when we got tested a lot.
Big H once told me that they wanted 40s just to be an extension of the 30s.
Yeah, that's what it was.
That's what it was.
Yeah, they said
and y'all just went your own way.
Yeah. At one time, that's how Phil was trying to get us to be Harlem 40s, you know, but we wasn't going for that.
All about the cabbage, nigga, vegetables too. Turn up. All my niggas turn up. Big guns when we pull our shirt up. Word up, word up, word up. We'll end up with a murder, cause we don't hit the club without a burner. Turn up. I'm so stupid, but I ain't off flossing, I'm from Vernon